want to be when you grow up?
I'll be a restaurant owner.
Yeah. Drop out of school.
Yeah, you don't have to go to school for that. You can learn everything hands-on, just like a technical school.
Yeah, well, my mom's Asian, so
Yeah,
that's not an option.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's not an option.
And your father?
Oh, he's white.
Restaurant Punk, what's up? Restaurant Punk. What's up, Nico? What's up, Joe?
What's up, Yianni?
What's up, daddy? What's up, daddies?
The daddies in play.
Chef Chinito, what's going on, my man?
Nothing, just super fucking busy. That's about it.
The fuck?
Tired.
You're busy and tired?
Yeah.
And you're 21 years old?
Yeah.
You
Trying
know,
to balance school, work.
School and work? I would say, would you say drop school or drop work, Nico?
Drop school.
Oh, yeah.
Drop school. I'm going to say drop school too.
Not that you should.
Not that you should.
Not that you should. But
Yeah.
drop school.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'll be a restaurant owner.
Yeah. Drop out of school.
Yeah, you don't have to go to school for that. You can learn everything hands-on, just like a technical school.
Yeah, well, my mom's Asian, so
Yeah,
that's not an option.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's not an option.
And your father?
Oh, he's white. He was a chef, but also, so he understands the stresses of being a chef. So he doesn't want me to be a chef.
Because he understands the
Yeah.
stresses of being a chef. Do you think he'd come on the show one day?
I'm sure he would.
You think?
Yeah.
I'd love to talk to him about that. It's a long road.
It sure is.
Nico?
It's a long road, but fun. It's so much fun.
What do we got? What do you want to do? Got a topic?
I don't know.
What do you guys think
Joe,
about?
you got something you want to talk about?
Yeah. We can do, what are your guys' thoughts about in the restaurant setting, or actually in just any workplace setting, seniority versus authority?
Seniority versus authority.
Can you elaborate?
Would you say like seniority is somebody that's been there for like 25 years?
Yeah. So, there's like, let's say somebody that's been there for 25 years. How far does their, seniority go? So it only goes so far compared to someone, let's say, that's very skilled and knows what they're doing, and they're given a higher position. Like, it's kind of like a battle between, both sides. So
It sounds like a battle between youth and age.
Yeah, because we're talking about like a chef that's been there for 20 to 25 years and then like a new manager that comes on the floor. And now the chef that's been there forever has to listen to the new manager type of scenario. I mean, that's tricky.
yeah.
Yeah, that is tricky.
Yeah, I think youth, I'll say youth. So authority versus seniority. So we'll let's use bar and restaurants for this one.
Okay. But I don't think it's particularly just the youth, though. I think he's talking about overall. But I'm
thinking of someone of authority that is a bartender that came from New York City and he moved to, Kentucky. And he moved to a smaller bar, but the bartender's been there for 25 years. And this is how we do things. The new guy comes in and just wants to give like new ideas and fresh inspiration. What are we scared of? Being stale and just doing the same thing over and over again? I think there's an argument to be made.
There is an argument, yeah.
There's definitely an argument to be made. But like, did something spurt this inside of you? Like, have you gone through this?
Yeah.
You're 21, so I'm assuming you've come across seniority versus authority.
Absolutely.
Because you now as a chef are going to be commanding men and women. And it's not just, I'm going to sit in my corner and cook and you're going to watch me and do whatever I say. You become a leader and you're going to have people that are older than you that think that they're smarter than you. And they're going to tell you, no, that's not the way to do it. So what do you do?
Are you playing the seniority card here or the authority card?
I'm playing more the authority card because like being in like a new situation where I'm running the kitchen, I'm going to be, demanding certain things of older people. It's just almost awkward for me. I've never been put in that position where I have to delegate older, people that have been in the restaurant business far longer than I've been alive, even though I might have a higher skill set and I was given that position, but it's just like, there's that awkwardness, where I feel it's more of like, I have respect for them. And I feel like it's harder to.
Well, you have to agree though, that you're in that position for a reason.
Yeah.
So why didn't they make that position if it's the same level of what you're talking about? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, a good example would be, Nico, you and I are working for Joe as line cooks in his restaurant. So Nico, myself will be perfect examples. Are you going to demand I do shit or I'm fired? Or are you going to ask and be cool about it?
I'll absolutely ask you guys because, obviously I have respect for both of you. And it's just like,
and you don't
also,
get shanked.
I'm also intimidated by age,
Yeah.
with age comes wisdom, and I feel like I can learn from you guys. but like it's almost you need that respect to thrive in that position where it's seniority versus authority. You know,
I find that as a young chef, as long as you're a decent human being, you know what I mean, and you're not just screaming orders. We're not. I'm obviously a big Gordon Ramsay fan, but you don't want to go all Gordon Ramsay on that ass right off the bat, or do you?
Well, this all falls down upon the person who puts you in that position, correct?
Yeah.
If you are the new guy and you now have the authoritative nature, as opposed to somebody who's been there for 20, 25 years, it's up to the owner to explain to the 25-year-old veteran or the 25-year veteran why this is happening, why they can't go to the next level, why you're now in that position to be able to make demands. Because this goes back down to one of our restaurants and the one person's been there for 20 years.
Correct.
You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And never wanted to pass that point, and then he left.
Right. Do you think people that are going to be working under you, Joe, I don't like to say under you. I don't like to say people that work for me. I like to say people that I work with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So are they going to be gunning for your job? Are you going to have a line cook or a sous chef that says, you know what? I could do a better job than him. You goddamn fucking right you are. And then you're going to have the opposite. You know what? I'll work for him. I'm proud to work for him or with him. So I think you're gonna learn some lessons. And you got time. Wait, how old am I? 47. You're what? 21.
22.
20. You are 22.
I'm 22.
Congratulations. You're gonna be great.
Such an awkward age.
I'm sorry. I think what Joe's trying to say is that somebody that has been there so long, it's almost like a disrespect. Not from his end, from the other person, how he feels, because I've been here for so long. Who are you to tell me what to do and this, that, and everything else, right? And I don't think he knows how to handle that properly, if you know what I'm saying. Because you could have somebody on the opposite end of your spectrum, who's like, I don't give a rat's ass. I don't give a you're gonna do what I say, and go that route. But you're kind of like on the soft side, and it's okay. But you can't be too soft in this business.
I usually find that the people that are soft are usually the scariest when they get angry.
Yeah, that's true.
I can see you getting angry, and you know what's going to happen? And since we're talking about kitchens, I mean, you could really lose your shit back there, especially when you're, you're way behind and you're really in the weeds and you feel like you can never get out of the weeds. Yeah.
Which weeds? It depends if you can feel his hands or not.
So you'll be the chef at the upcoming Cara Restaurant Group, Brine, BYOB in Cape May, New Jersey. Currently, you're putting a menu together. So again, seniority versus authority. I could sit there and say, you know what, Joe, I like this, and this on the menu. And you could look at me and say, you know what, I don't want this, and this. I want this. So it really comes down to, do you just want to be a conformist and just listen to what everybody tells you? But you want to be respectful too. So there's a line. I find that you can't be Switzerland. You got to pick one.
It's a battle. It's always been a battle for me,
Any advice that we would give on Restaurant Punk would be around being yourself.
Yeah. There's a book I'm finishing up right now. It's called The Narcissist Playbook.
The Narcissist Playbook.
Yeah.
It's a plug for the book.
It's actually pretty good. And one of the things in chapter 4, I think they said, is that if you spend your whole life waiting for validation from other people, you're not really living your own life. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're always wanting other people's opinions, other people's inputs, but you're not doing what you want to do. So you kind of got to want to do what you want to do and go forward and take that risk and see if it's going to happen or not and how it exceeds and excels or not. But that's you. That's your life. That's how you should do it. You should always listen to other people all the time. Sometimes yes, but not all the time.
Especially when you're in a position to lead.
Yeah.
And I think a chef should also be a leader, not just a great, make great food and recipes. Correct. I think, as far as we talk about, scheduling and leading when times are tough or when you're in the weeds again, and organization and ordering and food costs, and the list goes on and on and on. So even at your age, people are going to be like, he's too young. F*** him.
Yeah.
Just do what you feel is right.
Start early, yeah.
And you're also surrounded by a group to where you can ask questions. You're not on an island alone. So yeah, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. You're not worried about it, are you?
Nah. I'm just, like I said, it feels like that battle in me where like I try to lead out of respect instead of fear, like you guys have talked before, and where it's like that constant validation I'm trying to seek, where I'm trying to have everyone respect me, because I always give people respect initially, and then if they mess it up,
always get it back. Yeah, don't seek out validation.
So Nico and I have experienced this in the earlier days of the group. We had somebody in the group who was a female and was brought into the group, and I think we talked about the power trip.
Yeah.
It was a female. And she just went from here to here, like 0 to 60, and just started yelling at people and automatically thinking because she has that title, she could just talk to anybody any way she wanted to. And I pulled her outside and I said, what are you doing? And she's like, they don't respect me. And I'm like, how? Wait. That's not how this works. You have to earn respect. You don't just get a f***ing title. Like, you're chef now, so automatically you're going to talk down to people? No. I've thrown people out of the restaurant, employees, for talking down to the dishwasher. I'm like, who the f*** do you think you're talking to?
True.
You will show that man the respect he deserves. Enough.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you're 100%
I think so.
correct on that one. You got to treat everybody kind of like the same.
Yeah.
Even though you're not, you kind of have to treat everybody with humanity and be courteous and the same, because no one is greater than the other in the world of restaurants. It's all a machine. It's all one big, huge thing that works together.
Nico, what's a narcissist again? What's the book called? Narcissist?
The Narcissist Playbook.
What's a narcissist again? I don't know the
Narcissist,
definition.
somebody who's into himself or herself more so, and they come first before anybody else.
It's a lot of chefs.
Huh?
It's a lot of chefs.
Yeah.
I think it's a misconception because the amount of pressure that a chef feels now, if he's the chef and the owner of the restaurant, forget about it. You know how I feel about chef owners. Chef owners. Pick one. You can only be great at one. I think when I went down that rabbit hole, probably around your age, I'm like, do I want to spend my life diving down the rabbit hole of just constantly reinventing myself, looking for the right dish, looking for the right taste? Because you know what? That could drive somebody mad. Are you happy with just doing your menu and just doing what feels comfortable? Or are you going to look for the next great thing? So
have you guys seen the movie The Menu?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that's basically.
Did you guys both see it? I haven't seen it. Don't say anything.
Oh, man.
I f***ed it all up now because we could do an episode on the menu.
Talked about. I was gonna say that's basically the story right there.
It was so good.
Yeah,
I loved it.
We could dedicate episodes to reviewing movies, right?
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Like Burnt and
I just saw that the other day for the
Yeah.
first time. I thought I watched it, but I didn't. And I'm like, wow, this
It
is
was
great.
so f***ing good.
That's a perfect example of going insane. I don't know if you remember, but in Burnt, there was a Michelin. They thought it was a Michelin. And then the guy
But it was
said
a salesman, yeah.
he got it and he put pepper in the dish and they sent it back.
Yeah, because he screwed his restaurant 3 years prior.
It was working for
And then
him.
what did he do? He got up. He went down the street just talking to himself, wound up in his competitors, the
Competitor
chef,
who does have this third
who was
star.
all up, and he was looking. He's like, "Whoa, what's this machine? The sous vide machine, right?"
Yeah. And you know what's great about that one scene? Even though they were competing and they were against each other, at the end of the day, the one chef that had his 3 stars understands and took him in and took care of him
Yes.
and fed him breakfast the next day. And it was like, you know what? In the world of restaurants and chefs, that's how it is. You may be against each other, but it's still as a whole, as a family.
Family.
And that was, oh man, it was such a good movie.
Right, it was strong, right?
I loved it.
So
Was the menu better than Burnt?
It's different, but I loved it.
Different aspects. Yeah.
Different aspect. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Oh, the menu
I still want to know. And I still have not watched. Don't judge. I haven't watched the
Bear?
The Bear.
Oh, come
I
on,
stopped
man.
midway through that. That kind of lost me.
Really?
Yeah.
Season 1 or season 2?
I don't think
Isn't there a season 2?
There's no season 2.
I don't know. It was
For our audience, they're probably like, "What the f- are you guys doing? You're restaurateurs and you're not watching this shit."
You said you couldn't get into it
I was like 4 episodes in. I just couldn't get into it.
because you couldn't relate to it. That's why.
Ooh.
When I saw it, I almost cried. Episode 1, because I'm like, wow, this is taking me back to 30 years ago, because it's like that in a lot of restaurants. Just finish it off, man.
Like, to me, it was like I couldn't relate, but it was inspiring. Like, seeing him in his kitchen, he was scrubbing everything down like crazy. I was like, that's what I want to be. I want to be that psychopath.
Yeah.
And he went from top chef back down to restaurant
Restaurant chef.
owner. And you haven't seen it? You
I
didn't
have
see it?
not. Don't judge.
He was a sous chef for the French Laundry, and then he became
French Laundry, Thomas Keller.
He was part of French Laundry, or he was executive or something like that. CDC.
All right. I'm gonna watch it.
Good. It's really good. Yeah,
But before I watch that, I'm gonna watch every single episode of Restaurant Punk again. Yianni,
Joe or Chef Chinito.
Chef Chinito,
Nikos.
Restaurant Punk out. Love you guys.
Peace.
In Greece.
Basically, I'm fucking tired as shit. I'm tired.
Of life or just overall?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I hear you. Amen. What you got? What do you want?